Practice community.
The first part of the class or workshop will be, I'm just going to be presenting a little bit of information on vision boards. Just trying to close all these windows here. And then if there's some time towards the end, and there should be, we will do a little bit of, I'm going to work on my vision board, and you can see it and you can work on yours at the same time. So welcome, everyone. It's so nice to have everyone here today. I'm so excited. Like literally, I was just bouncing off the walls this morning, getting ready for this workshop. And I went out and had to do a little bit of running around. I went to Staples actually to print off a couple of pictures that I wanted to put on it on my board. And I thought, oh, I'm just going to grab a Tim Hortons coffee and then I'll head back home, just kind of treat myself. And I went to the drive-through and I bought, I ordered an ice cap, and it was called Red Eye Ice Cappuccino. And I said to the woman, I said, what's the red eye? And she said, it has espresso in it, a shot of espresso. And I was like, perfect, I'll take it. And so I got that coffee, and I'm just kind of flying here. So I'm just bear with me. Hopefully I'm not too off the wall, but I am pretty excited about this. Okay, so we're going to be doing a vision board today, and I am going to talk a little bit about vision boards, and also manifesting what it is that we want in our lives, whether our goals and our dreams. So I'm going to be covering both of those as I go through this vision board workshop. You'll notice on my the first slide of the slideshow that I've got here, I just have a picture of some of the items that I'm not going to use all of them, but I just found that when I'm doing a vision board, it's just nice to have so many different choices. And so I've kind of got it all laid out here in front of me, and whatever I'm feeling at the moment, that's what I can use. Like when I was preparing it, I thought to myself, oh, geez, I think I might want to use this particular thing on my vision board. And then this morning when I was getting ready, I was like, no, I don't think I will. But it's just nice to have it there and have it as an option. So let's talk a little bit about me first, and then what I'm going to get you to do. And actually, you can do that while I'm just going over a little bit about myself. Please, in the chat, if you could just put where you're tuning in from today, that would be fantastic. And then everyone can kind of see where we're coming from. So my name is Brenda Bruce, and I am a mother. I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm an auntie. I'm a friend. I'm a yogi. I'm an educator. I'm a survivor of cancer, addictions, Lyme disease. I'm a crafter. I'm a business owner. I'm a wannabe hippie. I'm a homeowner, and the list goes on. And I identify as she and her. And the reason why I put all of those things, because it's so easy sometimes in our lives to forget that we are so many things. And sometimes we get bogged down by something that might be going on in our life. Like for instance, when, and I guess I'll give Lyme disease as an example. I was bit by a tick a couple of years ago that carried the bacteria that causes Lyme disease. And when I was going through that, I've never been so sick in my life and thought I was dying. I really kind of felt consumed by this Lyme disease and by that diagnosis. And I forgot about all the other really good things in my life that I'm not just a person that has Lyme disease. I am so many other things. And I think, doing a vision board is a really good reminder of that as well. That when I do get stuck in those moments when things might not be going the way that I want them to, I can look at my vision board and be reminded of all the great things that I am. I'm not just one thing. So I live in Truro, Nova Scotia. It's about an hour outside of Halifax. And although I said for others to put in the chat where you're from. I'm not looking at that right now, but I will once we get out of this. Oh my goodness, I've lost my word. Out of the presentation. I can see it up there that there's 14 comments, and I will read those. So I joined the MLPC in March of 2021. I can't believe it's been almost 2 years. And at that same time when I joined, I also started doing yoga for the first time in my life. I had never done yoga. I think one time I did yoga, and that was with Alex. We worked together in Kuwait, and she put on a workshop. One day we had a PD day, and she had put on a yoga class. And I ended up actually falling asleep. That's how relaxed I was. And I was snoring, and I was so embarrassed because there was probably 50 people in the class. But that was really my only introduction to yoga. And anyway, I've just fallen in love with it. And, one of the things that I've learned too is that it's so much more than what I thought it was. So that's certainly nice. All right, let's move on to the next one. I thought what we might do is it's going to be a very short meditation. So let everyone just kind of get relaxed. And I'm going to do a few minute meditation to kind of clear our minds of yesterday and tomorrow's stuff that we might have going on in our minds. So why don't you get in a comfortable position? Let's close our eyes and start to mindfully pay attention to your breathing. This guided meditation will help you achieve success and believe in yourself. This is Brenda. Breathe in through your nose for the count of 4. And out for the count of 4. Keep breathing and feel yourself get more and more relaxed with every breath you take. As you inhale, imagine that you are breathing in success, confidence, and power. And as you exhale, imagine that you are ridding yourself of all self-doubt and any roadblocks in the way of your progress. Think about an area of your life or a particular instance that you are looking to find success in. Visualize yourself experiencing this success. Where will you be? Who will you be with? What will it feel like? Visualize all of these details as you continue to breathe. If your mind wanders somewhere else, observe the thoughts and bring your attention back to your breath and your visualization. Inhale confidence. Exhale self-doubt. Open your eyes and take this feeling of confidence and success with you as you work to achieve your goals. Perfect. I heard someone say my name at the beginning of the meditation. Did someone have a question, or I haven't looked in the chat. Maybe there's something in there. No, I guess I can't do that when I'm okay. All right. So let's get started. So one of the first things that we need to do when we're starting a vision board is it's a really good idea to have a clear and concise vision of what you want. And in doing that, in order to successfully manifest your future, it's important to have a very good idea of exactly what you want. And after this slide, we're going to take a few minutes just to do some journaling. And I suspect, up until this point that we've had this workshop today, you've had some time to think about that. So we'll start by creating a list of 5 to 10 specific things that you want in your life. I've just written down a few things for examples for my own crafting workshop business. So I'm in the process of trying to start a business in crafting workshop. And I, doing everything that I've been doing to get ready for that, it's on my mind all the time. And that's part of the manifesting and, making it happen in the future, is if it's constantly on my mind and I'm doing things to work towards that, then it's going to happen. The other thing that I have, and I've, included these things in my pictures and quotes and whatnot that I'll be adding to my vision board as well, is I'd like to have a dog someday. And, where I'm working from home, where I'm hoping to work from home, I can do that kind of thing. Have my parents live close by. They're in Ontario right now, trying to get them to move to Nova Scotia, to live in the moment, to live abundantly, and to have grandbabies. So these are just some of the things that I'm going to put on my vision board. And I sat down and I did some journal writing and really kind of thought about, what was important to me and what is it that I want to manifest in my life in the future. All righty. Okay. So the next thing to keep in mind when you're preparing for a vision board is to be intentional. And so when you're planning your board, you want to only include items that will bring you closer to the goals that you have set. So being intentional will do that. So some examples are looking through magazines, motivational quotes, pictures of what your goals are. And I also put there, and always find the humor in things. And the reason I put that in there was when I was preparing this workshop and this particular slide, I was trying to insert this picture of my board. This is just part of the board. And I was thinking in my mind that I would just kind of insert it off to the side and I would have the writing on one side. And then this happened and it literally was in the background. And I thought to myself, how funny that is, because the slide is about being intentional. I was not trying to be intentional at all. And it was just a really good reminder for me that we can plan all kinds of things in life, but we cannot plan the outcome. Anyway, I thought it was kind of funny. And I thought, geez, I kind of like that. So I left it as it was. So being intentional is just so, no matter what we're doing, it's, if I'm intentional about what it is that I want. And again, like I mentioned earlier, about thinking all the time about what it is that my goals are and what my dreams are, and every little step that I take is going towards that. So every step that I take, I'm being intentional about it making a difference in my goals and dreams in the future. So, why don't we just take a few moments right now and maybe 5 minutes to do a little bit of journal writing and um, think about some of the things that we've discussed already. And if you can come up with 5 to 10, you might come up with more, you might come up with less. That's okay. Just something to kind of get you thinking about what it is that you would like to add on your vision board. So just take that few moments now. Something to keep in mind when you're writing too, I noticed that I actually skipped a slide here, um, is visualizing when you're writing. Think about all of your five senses as well and attach that emotion to it. If you attach the emotion to it, maybe you think about you want to run a marathon, um, but you put down that you're going to exercise every day, but that really doesn't create much good emotion inside of you. Then you don't want to include that. Try to think of something else that can get you to run that marathon that makes you feel good about it. All right, why don't we come back, and certainly if you're still writing, you can continue, and I'll just continue here with the presentation. Um, so something that I have in this slide here is just, I've always found it really important. I think I did mention a little bit about it earlier as well. When I'm manifesting, when I'm wanting to manifest my goals and my dreams, I want to take action every day up towards that goal. So again, if I've got my vision board and I have it in a place where I'm going to see it when I wake up in the morning or when I go to bed at night, you you could hang it in your bedroom, you could hang it in the bathroom. I'm considering hanging it by my front door. I don't know how many times I'm a busy person and I'm constantly going in and out of my front door. So I'm thinking, I'm going to put it there and I'm going to see it every single time I come in and every single time I go out. I want to make it so that it's present in my life and it's there all the time. The other thing that I have found really helpful is if I am trying to attract a certain thing in my life, for instance, I'll use the example of my crafting business. I want to expand my knowledge. So I want to talk to as many people that I know that know about crafting or a crafting business. I want to get on the internet. I want to get on Pinterest. I want to get in just kind of engulf my everything, my everyday, with those things that I'm trying to work towards. And I find when I do that, it motivates me, and it gives me that, it makes that focus really clear. So I do find that helpful. And make time to consider your visualization. So give yourself time. It's easy to, and although I've asked you to write for a few minutes or 5 minutes in your journal, to think about things that you might want to have in your life and visualize. It's important to, when we really sit down and we do that journal writing, to not just think, oh, okay, I want this, this, and this, and then go right to the cutting out in magazines, cutting pictures out, or going onto Google or printing off pictures. It's just so important to really take that visualization step, and that journal writing important, because it really does. We might surprise ourselves by some of the things that we'll write down. And as I mentioned earlier about attaching that emotion to it, it might be during that writing that we discover, geez, I'm not really sure I want to do that now because it'll take this, this, and this to do. And am I willing to do it? So it's a really good tool for that. I'm thinking of just asking if anybody has any questions at this point, to please ask. And I say that I'm thinking of asking. I'm not sure that I could actually read them, because I've been clicking on the chat here, and I think it's because I've got the window open for the presentation that I can't see the chats. But if you do have any questions, please put them in the chat, and or even just unmute yourself and ask. I certainly don't mind stopping to do that. That might be a better option, actually, just unmute yourself. All right, so let's go on to the next slide. I don't have any questions. So ask the universe for what you want. There was a time when I would have thought that this would have been very wishy-washy. And I was a bit of a skeptic and didn't really believe in all that stuff. And I have changed my mind. And, the little bit of research that I have done on manifesting and whatnot, it's proven that this works. And I'm not sure what the class was called, but I know Alex last year, it would have been the year before, put on a manifesting workshop or class. I think it was a regular class that I attended weekly, I think it was. And anyway, it was on manifesting, and it really changed my mind, and I was open to it and started to take steps. I had always, I'd been working overseas teaching for several years. And while I was doing that, when I'd come home in the summer, I was sleeping on my brother's couch, or I, would rent a room, or I'd go to a B&B or whatever. I was just always everywhere. And I so badly wanted my own space and my own home. And so that was my goal. And I wrote it down, and it was like, okay, it's important for me. I need a home. I need a place that I can call home. And I did everything that I needed to do. I looked to see, okay, what is it that I need to do in order to make this happen? And then from there, I took those steps, and step by step by step, and I just kept ticking them off. It's like, yeah, I did this. Yeah, I done this. And eventually I was able to get into my own home. And in fact, today is the 6th, I guess, 7th. On the 14th, so a week from today, I bought my first home ever. And, I did that because of manifesting. I created that. And it was because of Alex's workshops and her classes, because like I said, I never believed in it before. So it really works. It has to work. If it worked for me, it has to work. So the truth is, until you try, you don't know what you can't do. Ask the universe anything and everything. Don't hold back, but also remember to have a clear and detailed request. So instead of using words like I want, or I hope, or I wish, rather speak in present tense as if you already have what you want. So for instance, my business, I am a craft owner business. Instead of saying I want to be, I am, or I have a craft business. Make it so that it's already there, and attach that emotion to it, and it will happen. So this step can be done through writing a letter to the universe, visualizing again through meditations, using a vision board like we're doing today, or writing a letter. All right, so I did that there. As you can see, I actually skipped a few slides, but here we're back again. So be intentional. I've already covered that. So let's get to organizing your vision board. So you have your vision board in front of you, and you have to decide, do you want it to be a pegboard? Do you want to use, a piece of cardstock paper? You can do the digital one, like Kelly mentioned earlier on Canva. I'm sure there's other ways or other methods as well online. So you really have to kind of get an idea of what you want. And today I am actually going to be doing, mine is going to be on a board that I picked up, and it's like a pegboard basically. And I've done them. I've never done it like this before. I have done them on poster board and on cardstock, that kind of thing. But I'm really excited about putting it on this pegboard today. So assemble your items that you have using clips, glue, string, clothespins, anything that will attach your items. But again, make sure these items speak to you. Remember, when you look at your vision board, you want it to bring joy, self-love, and motivation. So just pick all those things that bring you happiness and bring you joy. When you're looking through a magazine, or if you're Googling something online, and something pops up on the screen, if it really, it's like, yeah, I like that, but it doesn't really speak to you, make sure it does. That's what you want to choose. And choose things that you would have already figured out by doing your journaling. You have in your mind what it is that you're looking for. So it's easy to put it in Google at that point if you're going online to do it. Or like I did, I also went through some old photo albums of things that, you know, these are old, of course, because who uses photo albums today, right? And I was able to actually pick out a couple of pictures from there as well. So yeah, and with regards to clips, I have these little clothespins, basically. You can see here. It's hard to kind of see. There we go. There's some clothespins, little tiny ones. I also, there are some paper clips. You can use paper clips. There's these little clips here that really hold things in place. You can use that. What else do I have here? Again, of course, you know, it depending on what type of board you're using, you can use a glue gun. I have two-sided tape is amazing. You definitely want to have some of that on hand. That works really, really well. And yeah, there's just, those are ways that you could, or things that you can use to actually attach things to your board. All right, so let's not look at that right now. I am going to stop sharing my screen right now. Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm going to go down here to the chat now and let me take a look at the time. We still got 20 minutes. Perfect. I want to just see some of the people that have signed on here and just read some of that out loud. Of course, you've had the opportunity to take a look already. Let's see here. Barrie, Ontario, from Montreal, Toronto, Stewart, Florida, Alyssa, I'm in Virginia, Kelly, Kent, Southeast England, Tamara from Australia, Yorkshire, Phoenix, Beth from Philadelphia, but I live in Dublin, Canadian in Jakarta, perfect, Abu Dhabi, and Kuwait. And can you send a link to your slides? I certainly can. Oh, that's fantastic. It's so nice to see so many people from all over the world. So, so amazing. Yeah, actually, I already said I'm in Nova Scotia, so you guys know that. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is, and this would be a time if you have your board or whatever it is that you're using, if you want to get that out now and get your supplies together, I'm going to move my laptop up here and just kind of point it down towards my table a little bit. There we go. So as I said, I have, let's see here. So in the interest of time, I went out, I picked up these lights, and because I'm using a pegboard, I put them through all the little holes, and I just thought I got to definitely do that before the class because I'll never get through it. It took me probably an hour to do that. But I absolutely just love the lights on there. So that's my board, and I'm going to put that right there for now. Okay, so let me just show you some of the items that I am going to use for mine. So what I did was I have some photos here that I printed off. I love sea glass and decided to put some pictures of sea glass on there. And I'm going to use these pictures here for my sea glass. And of course, as I mentioned, I'm trying to, I am a business owner, and I am a crafter. So I found some amazing things on Google about crafting. And this one says, sorry, I'm busy crafting today. It's a photo that I was able to print off. Crafting is my therapy. I mean, how fun is that, right? Some dogs blowing bubbles, bubble gum. The other thing that I would like to have in my life is I would like to welcome a better financial put myself in a better financial situation. So I printed off this check, and it's from the Bank of the Universe. And it's just a check that I printed off, and I've put a dollar amount in there. And if I don't do this, it's not going to be on my mind. And I want it to be on my mind. I want it to happen. So it has to be on my mind. And as I get older, I'm finding if I don't have these reminders, I don't think of them. The other thing, this is a picture I found of myself. I'm really big into inner child work and child within. And so I found this amazing little adorable picture of myself. I was probably, there's no date on it, but I think I'm probably about 5, maybe not even 5, maybe 3 years old. There's a picture of myself. So I'm going to put that on my vision board as well, as a reminder of listen to that little girl inside. You know, when I'm hurting or when I'm feeling insecure, it's not the big adult Brenda that's feeling that way. It's that little Brenda. So that's a great reminder for me. I am a bit of a hippie, and I love boho and chic. And so I thought I'm going to put that on there as well. What else do I have? I have a picture of my parents and myself. I was a teenager then, but I don't really have anything printed off that was a current picture. But I thought I want my parents to come here. So I want to have this as a reminder that I want, I have to do all I can do to get my parents to move back here to Nova Scotia. So what else do I have? Oh, yes. The other thing I thought about doing, I'm not sure I'm going to put it on today's or not, but I found these gorgeous little bags. They're just so darn cute. And what I'm going to do is, when my daughter was younger, she made me this little joy jar, mom's joy jar. And she had written all kinds of little quotes, like positive quotes. And so what I did was I took out 7 of them, and I put them inside 7 of these little bags, and I am going to attach them to my vision board. And every day I'm going to pull it out and be reminded of whatever that positive quote is. So these are just some of the things I'm going to use. Here is some rope, decorative rope that you can use for yours. I have some sea glass. That's something else that you can include on yours. I found these, what's it called? Scrapbooking. At one time I was into scrapbooking. This was several years ago, but I found some of the supplies that I had for that. And so I cut out some of the little stickers that were included in there, and just some great little quotes. And I'm going to attach those as well. I think that's everything. So who is, and you can put it in the chat actually, who is here today that is going to work on theirs and try to work on theirs a little bit? If you just want to put it in the chat there. And I want to see or share with me. You can share with me what it is that some of the things that you, excellent, Kelly, fantastic. Why don't you let us know some of the things that you're going to use as well?
Okay, so I haven't cut out anything. I have magazines in front of me, but things that are like on my list to manifest is I have a blog that I just started, so I want to try to grow that and write more travel, more family time, body and aging confidence, more plant knowledge, and more reading. So those are, I'm trying to find photos and clip pictures of things having to do with those. And also I did a workshop with someone else a long time ago, and they had these little, just like plain little books like this. And we did a vision book, so you can kind of carry it with you. So that's just another idea that someone had. So I just wanted to pass that along too.
I like that idea. That's fantastic. Because yeah, if you're home, it's easy to see your vision board, but when you're out somewhere, it's nice to have that inspiration as well. Great. Anybody else like to add something? It's so nice to see everyone here today. I'm just looking through some of the participants as well. And I see my friend Stephanie from Doha. Her and I met when we were teaching together in Doha many years ago. Hi, Stephanie. So nice to see you. It's just, oh, that's fantastic.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
What is your sea glass for?
That is, so I've got my sea glass here. If I wanted to do some kind of design, like I said, I'm a crafter, and I love sea glass. So if I wanted to even make a little flower out of the sea glass and attach it to my board, then I could do that. It's just a way to include anything that brings me joy. Does that help?
Yes, I really like sea glass too, but I'm not sure how it would tie in specifically to what I wrote down, but it does bring, joy.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too, I mean, it's just like, for instance, with mine anyway, where mine is a board, so it's heavy. It's, I can use my glue gun and even just, put some glue on the sea glass and attach it. It doesn't have to even be a shape of a flower or anything like that. I could just attach it as a decoration because it's just so beautiful. So that's kind of what I was thinking about with that. It likely wouldn't work for, if you were doing it on paper or poster, because it would be too heavy for that. So yeah, so let me see what we got here for time. We have about 10 minutes. So why don't I start attaching some of the things on my board and you get a better idea. I'm wishing now that I had something actually that I could use to hold this up. Actually, my bottle of water would work well. Oh, there, look at that. Perfect. All right, so and the other thing that I really like about this one here is it has a chalkboard on the bottom. And I think what I'm going to do, I wanted to print it off, but wasn't able to. But I do have, there it is. I do have some chalk here. And I thought what I might do is write the name of my business, for my crafting business. And I would just write that right on the chalkboard. So let me just do that now. All right. So that will be a really good reminder for me. And what it says is BBcrafterOnTheGo. That's a bit of a nickname for me, of course, with my name being Brenda Bruce. People call me BB, who are really close to me. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try to put that in my business name. So, all right, so that is that. And let me start. And again, I'm going to put my lights on and start attaching some of my pictures. All right, here's the picture of my parents and myself. And this is a bit of a big picture of me. But I think what I might do is I can attach it. So mostly what I'm using, because I'm using a pegboard, there are those little tools that you can get. It's like a little hook and it goes through the holes of the pegboard. You can get those, or I'm using the little clothespins because I think I find them to be really helpful. I think what I might do is actually attach that here to the side so it doesn't take up a lot of room on my board. Can everyone still hear me okay when I'm talking and my face is a bit away from the, okay, perfect.
Yep.
Oh, yes, of course, got to get that check on there, right? I want to welcome that in 2023, let me tell you. All right, let's see up top here. There we go. Amazing, it's coming together. All right. The other thing too that I could use is I don't know if there are many teachers in here. I know there's a few of you. Who doesn't love sticky tack, right? That's something else that you can use to attach different items to your board or your paper. All right, let's get these dogs on here. I definitely want to get a dog now that I know I will be home and, you know, spending more time in Canada as opposed to traveling. Like I did quite a bit of traveling and working overseas, and that I just won't be doing as much of that anymore. So I think it might be a good time to bring a dog into my family, and they just bring so much joy. There's so many dogs out there that need a home. All right. I'm going to put maybe just this one here. Crafting is my therapy. I love that one. All right. That's all I'm going to kind of do for right now with regards to clipping things on. But what I want to do as well, and I'm going to use some sticky tack for this, is I'm going to attach some words, some phrases, positive quotes, pictures, you know, little pictures, little heart here, attach the heart. And I think I am going to try some of that sea glass as well. See what I can come up with. So if you are working on yours, I would love to see how you're making out with yours. This is done. Excellent. I'm going to get started on mine. Thank you. Perfect. All right. So I've attached a little bit of sticky tack to this sea glass. Let's see how well that sticks. It does. It does. That's perfect. Maybe another little piece. We have lots of white. There seems to be a lot of white sea glass out there. There we go. Perfect. And what else do I have? Here's the word joy. So the beauty of doing your own vision board is it's yours, and it's exactly everything that brings you joy and everything that you are working towards. You know, someone else might come into your home and see it and won't identify with, you know, the same things that you might have on your board, but they'll definitely identify with having goals and dreams and wanting to manifest that in your life, right? So not only does it help you, it'll help others that see it as well. I love to garden. I love flowers. So I found some little tiny flowers that I could attach to it. All right. Live in the sunshine. This is another little quote that I found that I really, really like. And when you're living in Abu Dhabi or in Doha, and maybe somewhere in the States as well. You see a lot of sunshine. It's the one thing, one of the things that I loved about living and working in the Middle East is that there's so much sunshine. Like it shines all the time, except for today, right, Yasser? Because I guess it's pouring rain in Abu Dhabi. I'm not sure if it is in Doha or not, but they're getting it in the UAE. So there's only a few minutes left of the workshop. This is just a little peek into what my vision board will look like. I really would love to see your vision boards when you do them. If you could please post them in the Facebook group or the WhatsApp group. I would absolutely love to see them. What else do we have? Someone else commented down here. I think I need to get some more magazines. FYI to anyone with a public library close by, ours has a magazine drop off and you can sort through them and take what you want. Oh, fantastic. That's really good to know. Some of the other libraries might do that as well. Okay, I am going to come off of remove spotlight.